take 4, take 5, I'm not sure, take that. Let me just put phone up here and just see. I've switched to 4G. I was trying to do the last one on the Wi-Fi and it was just having none of it. So it won't, who knows? If it doesn't, then it doesn't. What I will do is, because I set everything up in OBS and I had everything set up with images and graphics and all sorts of things, I was going to talk to you tonight about loads and loads of stories. You're back? Yeah, Jack Lee, how are you? I had everything set up, spent about half an hour putting all the graphics and the images and everything in, and so if it fails, I'm not going to stress about it. What I'll do is I'll just go back to OBS and I'll record a video talking about the latest news so you can still see the graphics and things like that. But because I'm on 4G, I'm not going to spend ages on this, I'll be honest with you. So I'll be using up all my data. Even though I've got tons of data on my phone, on my contract, I don't want to use it all up, certainly not just on a live vlog. So if you're on and you're about, please, you're more than welcome. Come on, have a quick chat from Dubai. So I see there's quite a number of Blues that are already over in Madrid. I saw Ian Cheeseman's images today. So I'll just bring this up on my laptop just so I can see it. But like I said, I am on 4G, so I'm going to have to be really, really quick on it. I can't spend hours talking about all sorts of stuff. So Jack Lee's on. Chunna, Dakor, City all the way. Well done, mate. Like that positive attitude. We'll see if Horsey comes on. Martin comes on and tries to wind me up and be a bit of a YouTube invader to try and wind me up because I gave him a bit of grief last night on his live vlog. Well, not grief, just a bit of banter. But anyway, let's see if anyone comes on. I'm going to give this just a very quick sort of hello, 5 minutes, see if anybody is around. Obviously, if not, don't worry about it. It's absolutely fine. It's not your problem, it's ours. Well, my problem for the Wi-Fi here in Dubai in the hotel. So anyway, yeah, there's been news around. What I will do is, what I think I might do is I might just do a video recording so you can go back and I'll be able to go over and show you the images and talk about each particular story and article in a bit more detail. Hi Andy again, welcome back. Thank you. I'm King of Banter. I'm not quite sure you are, mate. But anyway, you keep thinking that. I can't even bear what's coming next on WhatsApp. I can see it coming. But anyway, yeah, there's news today. Let me just have a quick whiz through. What I will do is just, if I can just, I'll probably record this and I'll do it as a video recording because I'm looking at the YouTube at the moment. It's not very clear. I don't know whether that's the Wi-Fi that I'm looking at. Maybe for you it is clear, but it doesn't look that clear to me. Martin isn't the king of banter. Oh, see, Martin, you do set yourself up, mate. They're all going to come back at you now. So what was I going to talk about? Right, well, if I was to read from the rolling scroll bar, which you will see if I do the video, I'm going to talk about the Vice President of UEFA, Michel Uva, and some comments that have been made by him. Players travelling to Madrid in double denim or in Madrid. I mean, it looks garbage. I don't know who the hell think that looks decent. Premier League clubs apparently have filed class action lawsuits against Manchester City. Surprise, surprise. Ed Woodward backs UEFA's a stance against Manchester City. A surprise, surprise. Zinedine Zidane has come out in his pre-match presser and basically said that Pep Guardiola is the best coach in world football. Obviously, there was Pep's press conference that he did for the Madrid game after the Leicester game. So there was an embargo on that, but that came out. To be fair, as usual, sometimes it was garbage. You couldn't hear what the questions were. Also, UEFA should be in the docket. Good article by Stuart Brennan in the Manchester Evening News. Fabian Ruiz, the rumours are back on about Fabian Ruiz. Done loads of videos on him in the past. But yeah, that's back. So I was going to talk a little bit about him. Obviously, Pep's press conference. He came out on there, and the question, there was no microphone, so you were really struggling to hear what the question was from the journos, and you just think, for God's sake, you're a Premier League club, you're really rich. At Leicester, just get a microphone so people watching it can hear what the journalists are actually talking about. And yeah, there was nothing really in it. There was absolutely nothing really to talk about. The Champions League travelling squad, in particular, I can maybe bring that up. I can say this now on this particular one, but I will do a full video. I'll do like a full top 10-minute overview of everything. This is for the Madrid game. Walker, the defenders are Walker, Stones, Zinchenko, Laporte, Mendy, Cancelo, Otamendi, and Eric Garcia. Midfielders are Gundogan, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, David Silva, Fernandinho, Riyad Mahrez, and Phil Foden. And the strikers are Sterling, Jesus, and Sergio Aguero. And off the official Man City site, it says, of note is the exclusion of Leroy Sané, the German. And the club have been targeting this game for his return. It seems he still needs a couple of more weeks. And I think Pep, I'm not sure because I couldn't really hear the question, but I'm not sure whether Pep in his press conference was referring to Laporte, saying about, I think the question was asking about Vardy and Iniacho, and he was saying, yeah, we took him off and we did this, that, and the other, and then something else was said and couldn't really hear it. So maybe he did make a reference about Leroy, but clearly Leroy Sané is still needs a few more weeks, and I think I said that on the on Marty's vlog last night. You got to remember, Leroy Sané's injury was far more significant than Aymeric Laporte's, and Laporte did come back earlier than Leroy Sané. And the difference between two players is you probably get away with it as a defender, where when you're a player like Leroy Sané, that is, all about pace, turning very quickly on the spot. You've got to be really careful because it's very easy to then agitate the previous injury. So I think basically Leroy just will need naturally probably a few more weeks more than Leroy Sané, regardless if they both came back at the same time or one came back earlier than the other. So I think at the end of the day, what is the point bringing Leroy Sané back? Suddenly he gets injured again and he could be out for another 3, 4, 5 months. Then what? We've got another year of Leroy Sané at Manchester City. There's definitely going to be no sale in the summer, and then he runs down a contract and leaves for nothing. It's pointless, absolutely pointless. So we want him back fit and when he's ready, and I think in a couple of weeks' time we will see Leroy Sané back at some point, and definitely believe he will play. He'll be put in the shop window unless he signs a contract, which is still a possibility. It's still a possibility that he will sign an extended contract or another contract at Manchester City. Let me just quickly go back and just see some of your comments. I'll read through these fairly quickly. Alexander Savage, hello Andy. Sean Goater is turning 50 today. Feed the goat and he will score. Yeah, posted that this morning on Twitter. I'm turning 50 in a few weeks' time, so yeah, me and Sean share a birthday fairly close to each other. Shadow Rundown, they look like monks. Don't know who that is. Free Sané, hey Leah, how are you? So is Pep not doing a press conference? No, he did it after the Leicester game, but clearly there was an embargo because obviously the team had to travel yesterday or last night to Madrid, or yesterday morning to Madrid. So there was no official press conference from the Etihad Stadium. So it was an embargoed press conference. That meant it couldn't be released until today. So that's why you've seen it, if you've seen it on YouTube and on the official site, or people commenting about it. they would have done the Leicester post-match stuff, then they would have done the preview for the Madrid stuff, but they would have been in there why it's come out. And to be fair, there was hardly anything in it. There really wasn't hardly anything of worth to talk about, if I'm being honest. Nice accommodation, mate. Yeah, it is actually. It's typical of the bar. It's not like the UK where you get like a little. I'll show you a little. Is it tidy? I better check first. Is it tidy? Yeah, it's pretty tidy. There you go. So that's my room. So as you can see, got a nice bit of a kitchen there. As you can see, so nice big double bed and kitchen area, which is quite nice because sometimes when you get back, you don't want to be going out for something to eat. So last night was quite nice. I just came back, and as you can see, I just made. I went to the supermarket and got myself some chicken biryani with some chapati, and just cooked it last night. So get room service? No, not really. What was a bit funny about room service? I like, but went this afternoon. Had a amazing CEO of the company took us for an early afternoon sort of evening dinner. Went to a Lebanese restaurant, which was absolutely amazing. Food was incredible, absolutely incredible. So yeah, it was very, very nice. So we had an early finish today, which was good. Makes a nice change, and yeah, it was it's decent. And then I went for a bit of a walk this evening, get some fresh air because I've been stuck in a classroom all day. So, and then came back and thought, right, I'm going to chat to you reprobates on here. So let's see who else is on. Hi Andy, glad you got back on. Yeah, on 4G sadly, but hopefully it's still holding up okay. It might buffer the odd time, but I'll do my best for the next 5 minutes just to have a quick chat with you guys. Hi Lankow, how are you? 7:30 p.m. start for the watch along, guys, tomorrow. Yeah, don't forget Martin is going to do a live watch along tomorrow, so please check in with that. I'm back, Dudley, I am. Are you doing it, Martin? Martin will be doing the live watch along tomorrow. Ready to smash Real Madrid? Let's hope so. You know what? I'm not even sure I'm going to be watching it, if I'm honest, because it's a midnight kickoff for me here. And obviously I'm up early hours, so the chances of me staying up and watching that, I don't think so. I'm just going to be one of those games, and I do stay up late normally, but 4 hours ahead here means it's a midnight kickoff, and I'll be up at sort of 5 o'clock in the morning. So I don't think I'll be able to do that because I've got work. Business comes first. Watch along, drink along. Oh, can't drink alongs live on the channel. Definitely not. Bring some beers, lads. Yeah, you can have a drink along, but we can't be showing beers and things like that on the channel because it's advertising. And can't really do that, or it could be showing alcohol, so we can't do that in case we've got kids and things like that. So, but you guys have a bevy on me, definitely. Up the Bevs, 2-2 tomorrow for me, Alex. You won't see Leroy again. We will. Stop talking garbage. Not young and vibrant like Martin. God, he's so obsessed with himself, he is. I've never known anybody so vain in all my life. Good evening, Andy. Looks a beautiful place. It's just an apartment. It's nothing special. Nothing like in the UK, especially crossing the street. Get room service? No, I'm all right. I'd rather see my food. I'll go out to a restaurant. Baguette and pate is so nice. Yeah, I love pate. It's one of my favourites. The kitchen has never been used. Yeah, as you saw the dishes, mate. You saw the dishes from last night. I love room service. It's been snowing down here in Yorkshire. Snowing? Really? Evening all. Hi Leonard, how are you? Helen in Stockport, I'm jealous. Hailstones in Altrincham this afternoon. Bet you're jealous. Actually, it's not too bad. Normally, the UAE, I don't particularly like it purely because of the heat. But unfortunately, this time of year, it's not too bad. In another 4 weeks, it will become unbearable. It'll be like 48 degrees, and it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. You can't walk anywhere because you're just ripping. There's humidity. But at the moment, it's only like 28 degrees and it's quite cool, which is really nice. So you can have a walk and there's a bit of a breeze, but it's still quite warm. You can walk in a t-shirt and things like that. So what's the matter with the streams? I'm in a hotel in Dubai, mate. So I'm sort of restricted with the bandwidth that OBS and YouTube requires to make it perfect. So, and hence why I'm now on 4G on my mobile phone. I will settle for a score draw, so would I. Me and Andy will need the Red Bull Sunday. I definitely will do. You're only driving down to London. Stop being a soft ass. It's only a drive down to London, mate. I did that the other day to catch my flight. And then I had an 8.5 hour flight. And then another 3 hours until I got to my hotel. So you're only driving down, mate. How did you find your way to last night's? Yeah, I ended up walking back, past the motorway. I was talking to one of the pilots today, and I went, "How do you get to there the quickest route?" And he said, "Well, which way did you go?" So I told him, and he went, "No, you need to, but then you have to do this big detour to be able to get across that towards the Burj Khalifa." I went, "All right, well, good if they put some signage up or something like that." It's fine. Pour your drinks into water bottle, Martin. Will City wear the black kit? The black kit? When? I have a dishwasher, Mingy Wong. I call her the missus. Ooh. That is just not acceptable, Martin. Now, oh, God, definitely. For that one, you've got to go in. United fans do it quite often, Martin. Don't be a softie. Oi, Martin. Just realised it's over a year since my mum shaved her head after her first chemo. Remember me saying she looked like Uncle James and her telling me before making pancakes. Well, I hope she's really good, mate. I really do. Brave lady. Hope you're giving her a helping hand. In case it's a long drive, can Martin take a flight to London, Andy? A big softie. He's an absolute softie. Yeah. Drives what, 3 hours? Complaining about driving 3 hours and then going to Wembley and driving home. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Ryan. That was terrible, Martin. Yeah, it was. That's why he's gone in a timeout. Luckily, she doesn't watch it. Luckily, there you go. You can go in a timeout again. So you thought you were getting your own back tonight, mate, and you've just absolutely pissed on your own chips. Can't be saying things like that on the channel. What car does he drive? What car does who drive? I assume it will be the blue kit away and the pina colada kit at home. Oh, right, okay. I think they'll probably wear that stupid pina colada kit, if I'm being honest, away tomorrow. And then the blue kit at home. Because their other kit is blue. It takes me 4 hours to drive to Manchester, Martin. Don't complain. Free Martin, no. Andy's on fire. No, he wanted to come on here. He wanted to wind me up and give me a bit of banter. I'm all for that, but then he goes and puts his foot in like that, talking about his wife in that way. No, it's just not acceptable. Oh, he's back on as Tammy Cocker. Oh, dear me. There you go. So he's just, he don't learn, does he? He really doesn't learn. Says Martin, right? Martin ain't comfortable with his feminist side. He isn't. He's definitely not. Completely unacceptable. We can't allow that type of banter on this particular channel. We won't accept it. We don't accept racism. We don't accept homophobia, and we certainly don't accept sexist language like that, Martin. All right, it wasn't sexist language, but it was a bit of banter. Wasn't acceptable what Martin said. Oh, Martin, you're getting grief now, mate. See what I mean? Spot on, Andy, to be honest. No, it was only a bit of banter he was talking about. But, yeah, we can't have that. Simple as we cannot have that on the channel. You're gone. gone in a timeout. Martin's training with the kids. But anyway, why are your team wearing double denim? I have absolutely no idea. Tom00567. I ain't got a clue. And we accept fans of all clubs. We do. No big and chill out. We're classy fans. We want Martin. Naughty banter. He was playing. Of course he was playing. He was only joking. Martin is not a nasty person. He's not a nasty person. He's a lovely fellow. He's he just proper bloke, and old-fashioned views, let's say. Thoughts on the clowns in the comments section of yesterday's vlog, mate? Thoughts on the clowns in the section of yesterday's vlog? Don't know what you mean by that. I was joking, my apologies. And everyone knows you were joking, mate. It was just a bit of banter. It wasn't anything nasty, and it certainly wasn't anything offensive. I was just personally putting you in a timeout. Those that actually thought you were meeting the owners. Oh, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't pay any attention to that. He's a top guy. No need to apologise. He is a top guy. Martin is a little puppy. He is. He's a nice fella. Very nice fella. What else was today? Oh yeah, Chief Ed Woodward back in UEFA. There's another surprise. And he's come out and defended UEFA's financial fair play regulations amid an outcry from Manchester City. He said, I'm not going to comment on City or any other clubs relating to those events, Woodward said. What I will say is I go to a lot of UEFA-related meetings, I'm sure you do. Being on the ECA board, yeah, I'm sure you are. I'm deputy chairman of the UCFA, which is a joint venture between ECA and UEFA. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. And I see a strong commitment from UEFA to ensure that financial fair play continues to deliver the benefits that it clearly has in the industry. And if you look at the last 5 years, the overall operating profits, and this is the only defence that they've got, and the top 5 leagues in 55 countries in Europe, they've gone from pretty large losses all the way up to breaking even and small operating profits. I think it's been beneficial overall, and it's up to the regulars to manage that. So has his say because he can have his say because he's already on the inside of that drawbridge that was closed. He was already inside the castle when that happened. So typical of an absolute bell sniff, which is Ed Woodward, that even the Manchester United fans cannot stand whatsoever. Where are we up to here? He's the fans' favourite. Pep Guardiola's news press conference at 18:30 UK. Oh, is he going to do another one tonight? Is that right? Okay, so he's going to do an 18:30 UK press conference. So, what? That's 8:30 in the evening in Madrid. That's a bit odd. That's a very odd one. Maybe there is something scheduled for tonight. Then I have to keep an eye out on that one. Shall we do the lineups for Madrid? Yeah, we can do that. David Silva will be doing one as well. All right, okay. Interesting. That's very strange. That's a late one, 8:30 in the evening in Madrid. Okay, so we'll have to tune in. I won't be tuning in for that because I'll be in bed by then. But certainly in those in the UK, you can go over and have a look at that and see if there's any further news that's come out, which will be interesting. Maybe we'll have some insiders that planted to talk about UEFA and want to talk all about FIFA, FFP and UEFA and things like that. So hopefully they clamp any of that garbage down immediately and just say they want to talk about the game. I was going to say, because that post-match thing they posted on there about the Madrid one, there was hardly anything in it. And plus you could hardly hear what the questions were being asked. Where are we up to here? What's the chance of City overturning the ban? I think there's a very good chance. JTR 35. United are at record levels of debts, but that's allowed under UEFA. Makes perfect sense. Well, according to Simon Jordan, I was listening to and watching something on Twitter about him, and he was saying, oh yeah, but it's just like having a mortgage. As long as you can pay your mortgage, it's absolutely fine. Servicing a debt is nonsense and shouldn't be brought into the said City are guilty. Well, hold on a minute. There's an appeal, so as it stands at the moment, all we've been done is found guilty from from a review that isn't independent, and City haven't had a chance to go and speak to the adjudicatory chamber face to face. They've all had to do is submit So they basically had a trial without being face to face and in a court of law or a court of rules or whatever you want to try and refer to it as. So Simon Jordan needs to be very, very careful as a failed chairman and one that did a terrible job with Crystal Palace. He needs to be very careful of his language, and I hope Manchester City were actually watching and listening to that particular interview and his comments that he made today, because I thought, again, very distasteful. United in third place, so no speeds, break even. About PSG, yeah, that was also Rob Harris was on that absolute other complete idiot. Journo was on talking about that, and Jim White was desperate to get him to talk about FFP, and it all led to he was going to a conference tonight or tomorrow with IFAB. IFAB is really nothing to do with FFP stuff, but Jim White was, and there was, will he be talking about the FFP in Man City? And, we'll be back after the break, and we've got 5 minutes left. Let's just quickly talk about, he had to squeeze in and get a soundbite out of Rob Harris, who is very anti-City. He had to get a soundbite out of him. And he mentioned FFP when they were talking about IFAB, which are 2 different things. So, we'll see. But I hope the press officer, Simon, is it Simon somebody? I hope he just bats away any questions and says, no, we're not talking about that, we're talking about the game. My neighbour moved out 3 weeks ago and they left the man shed. Cause United affair compared to the rest of the footballing world in terms of finances, clowns. Thank you, Mares. Yeah, it's on Man City channel, Man City YouTube channel posted it. TalkSport was discussing last night 25 minutes of destroying clubs and fans last night, saying we should be relegated. Never heard him saying anything positive about City or any of our players. That's 5th place Champions League spot would feel like, for me, knowing you are based on something potentially crooked. Jealous Muppets. Sam Jordan is no way innocent when he was chairman. I'm sure he has cobwebs as well. Don't like him at all. Sometimes he does talk a bit of sense, but I mean, on this FFP stuff is garbage. Chris Fabries, hey citizens, how are you, Chris? John Grogan, Sam Jordan make me ill. What a bitter, horrid man. I don't listen to TalkSport, it's quite irate. Rob Harrison is banning from City. He does. I agree. Sam Jordan wouldn't know a pot of yogurt from an elephant's itch. That's one way of putting it, mate. Absolutely. Need to get Edward Woodward to equalise Shotton. Very good there, Bernard Deneen. Alexander Savage, do you get most of your info from Twitter, mate? Are you talking about to me? And Twitter's constant. I'm getting constant notification. I think I'm up to nearly 5,000 followers on Twitter now, and I'm just getting bings all the time. So, yeah, I go for a break and suddenly I open it up and it's like, and I'm just looking through and scrolling through whenever I possibly can. So yeah, Twitter for me, there is lots of very good links and articles and obviously some garbage stuff as well. But it's you keep in the know by following what's going on and what people, journalists and other things are saying, City fans. So yeah, I get a lot of info from Twitter. I think Gundogan will play tomorrow. Yeah, I've got a feeling he will. City related info, yes. TalkSport is discussing, slagging off City and the Plastic United fan Goldstein. He's just complete Herbert. Clickbait, that's all it is. Gundogan 100% will undoubtedly Pep's favourite. He'll play, Gene Fletcher says. Wouldn't surprise me if he does. Do you know if Sane's travelled with the team? No, he hasn't. He's not been included in the squad. Yemeni, I'm a Liverpool fan, but I hope you beat Real Madrid and won't mind if City win the Champions League if we get knocked out. Are you sure? You're a Liverpool fan? Do you follow Gary James? Has been on the channel before. Yes, spoke to Gary James on numerous occasions via direct messages and things like that. Lankar says no, Ray. Shadow Rundown. So what's your final prediction, Andy? Final prediction as in what? Team or the score? Told you about Sane. No, you said Sane would never play for City again. Nobody thought, and really didn't think he would play tomorrow. Sane will be ready and firing for the second leg. Man City players are wearing suits for the Madrid visit. What do you think the starting lineup will be for Real Madrid? Final prediction on the team and score. Right, okay, this will be my team. This will be my team, and I'll post. Oh, I can't post it on, can I? Yeah, I can post it on here. This would be my team for tomorrow. First off, I'm going to start with Ederson. Next up, I'm going to play a Walker. And then I'm going to play, and this is going to be controversial, I'm going to play Otamendi. And I'm going to play Laporte. Purely because Otamendi, for me, I don't believe Cancelo should start. Definitely not. No chance. He'd get absolutely roasted as a right back. And then Mendy. That will be my back four. And Otamendi knows the Spanish league. And I just think he's solid. And I think we'll need a bit of physicality there rather than Fernandinho. Because this is my thinking. It won't happen. It will not happen. But my thinking is I would play Fernandinho in the back finally in his holding role. Ahead of him, I would play Kevin De Bruyne and I would play Bernardo Silva. That would provide us with stability, creativity, forward moving, quick passing by Fernandinho. Then we've got energy with Kevin De Bruyne. This is going to be, what's the formation? I'm going to go 4-3-3 and I'm going to go for Fernandinho to hold. Well, no, I'm saying Fernandinho I don't think will start. I think it'll be Rodri and Fernandinho will probably play centre-back. But I would play Fernandinho back in his normal position, KDB and Bernardo Silva ahead of him. And then I'm going to play, and again, this could be a little bit controversial, and this is for no reason other than I just believe that Jesus, Aguero, and Sterling will be back in the team tomorrow, and I think he might stick with Jesus for his, tenacity, energy, and tracking back, plus a bit of a goal threat. I think Aguero will start again because it's against Madrid and he's got his Atletico connections there, and will be right up for the Real Madrid game. And I think Sterling has been in training apparently today, and I think Sterling might start ahead of Riyad Mahrez. That would be my starting lineup for tomorrow. I think Pep, what he needs to do is he needs to not even think about the second leg. I think not even think about the next game. He needs to focus and go, we need something from this particular game. And if it's a draw, fine, we'll absolutely take that. A win would be amazing, absolutely amazing. But I think tomorrow we'll need a lot of energy. We'll need legs. We'll need people who can track back. We need people who can be situationally aware of everything that's going on around us. And I think that will start in the midfield. Can I see Fernandinho starting in midfield? No, not for me. I think it'll be Rodri or Gundogan, one or the other. But I really don't want to see Rodri starting in a holding role and Gundogan in the same midfield. I really do not want to see that. I definitely don't. And that's why I wouldn't even start David Silva. I'd leave David Silva on the bench and I'd put Bernardo and Kevin De Bruyne ahead of Fernandinho. Fernandinho might be let's face it, he will provide defensive cover. We know he'll do that. But what he'll also do is drive the ball forward. He'll be dangerous and he'll have energy and he'll read the game. He's going to be up against the likes of Modric and others. And I don't fancy Rodri or Gundogan up against the likes of Modric in midfield. So that would be my team, but I don't think he will. I think he'll probably stick with Fernandinho and Laporte as centre backs, and probably play. Wouldn't surprise me if he plays Rodri and Gundogan and maybe even Kevin De Bruyne with Bernardo Silva on the right, Jesus on the left, Sergio up front, or Mahrez on the right, Bernardo on the left, and Sergio up front. I don't know, but that would be my team. Trying to second guess Pep is almost impossible. But anyway, that's my team. Jesus played a lot this season in Premier League. He has. Is Mahrez not in the squad? Yeah, Mahrez. Sure, yes, I read it out earlier. I'm sure Mahrez is in the squad. He is. Mahrez has great work rate, but so does Jesus. I can't agree with that one. I really can't agree with that comment. Gene Fletcher, Mahrez has a great work rate. Not for me. I haven't seen a great work rate. He doesn't track back anywhere near the likes of some of the other players. David Silva, I'm sorry to say, but not for tomorrow yet. I agree with that. No, went and played for a draw last season, and look what happened. Pep has overthought UEFA Champions League every year, last 3 years. Yeah, good point, Ryan. Hence why I think we should be looking at playing our best possible team tomorrow. We possibly need something out of tomorrow. He played KDB right wing against Spurs last season. Hope he doesn't make that sort of mistake. I agree with that. Mingy Wong, remember when we lost 3-2 the last time we played them? We played well that night, Ming. We did. Shadow Run, we thrashed Real Madrid 4-1 in pre-season. When we went to America, pre-season. Rodri turned slower than ours. An hour's hand on a clock. Fernie and mid for me. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it'll happen. Ryan, Corey, work rate, Mahrez, laughed my ass off. Yeah, I've got to agree with that. Mr. Boba Django, have a good holiday, mate. I'm not on holiday, I'm working, buddy. Gene Fletcher, penalty taker for tomorrow. Oh, my Lord, good question. Great question. Who knows? It's definitely not going to be Edison. Won't surprise me if it's Sergio again. If Sergio just says, no, I'm taking it. But if he misses a game, that's going to be another big Champions League game that is missed. Remember the Spurs one? So, listen, he's a striker. He's not going to let it phase him. He definitely is not going to let it phase him. Depends whether, Pep has always said he lets the players decide. It all depends whether he pulls rank or he turns around and says, okay, fine, fair enough. Give it KDB, give it Gundogan, give it whoever. For me, I'd love to see KDB, but KDB can't come out and said, well, I've just not been asked to take him. So step up then. Show some cojones and step up and say, look, I'm going to take him. Missed my last comment, Andy. Sorry, Leonard. There are that many comments on here. I do apologise. I'm sort of looking at you on my phone and I'm trying to read what's on here. I don't know when that was, mate. Let me just see. If Sane was 100% fit, would you have played him? Oh, without an absolute shadow of a doubt, if he had game time. But he hasn't. He's had no games. He might be 100% fit. Well, he won't be 100% fit. The only way he's going to get 100% fit is by playing matches. But let's say he was played the last 2 or 3 games as a sub, and you reckon he's up to speed and 100% fit, no risk. I would definitely play Sané tomorrow. Aguero up front with Sterling on the right, without even a thought of it. Definitely, I would definitely. I think people forget just how good Sane is. Sane is a top class player. Forget his attitude. Forget what we think or what some think his attitude is and blah, blah, blah. Nobody knows. All we can do is look about on his pitch. And his stats show it. Incredible. Very good player. Pep needs to take control and pick the penalty taker. Maybe he does. Bernard. Can't play Stones. That would be a disaster. Gundogan and Rodri on the bench tomorrow. No way, unfortunately. Kyle Walker take a penalty. When he shoots, it's a rocket. Scones can be raised his game. It can be butter. Very good, superior being. Thank you. I think Martin is right about Sane. Well, opinions, mate. Stones or Otamendi? Otamendi for me. Sane has lots of talent. He has. Right, guys, listen. Just a quick one. I said it was going to be really short, and it's 40 minutes on my 4G overseas, which ain't great. Brown penalties tomorrow. We'll wait and see. Score prediction. I've gone for Real Madrid 1, Manchester City 2. I've gone for a 2-1 win tomorrow. I hope so. And probably, typical City. It's probably more heart than it is head. But I've got to believe. I've got to wake up on the next morning, on Thursday morning, switch on my phone and think, oh my Lord, we won. Because I doubt I'll be watching it, if I'm honest. I'll be in bed. So work has to take precedent. I can't stay up all night watching the game. So got to go, guys. Stay safe. Thank you. See you, Bernard. Like the optimism, mate. 1-0 City, says London. Let's hope we play well. Sane has that bit of extra class and close control that we lack with David missing. I agree with that. 1-1, says Scotty Mall. 2-0 Madrid, and we missed. God, stop it, Jack Lee. Eugene McGeever, what do you think of Chinese flu in Tenerife? Yeah, it's bad. It's now spread from, apparently, it's now in Naples in Italy. So it's gone from the far north and it's now spreading down. UEFA 3, City 1, says Martin. Madrid will score at the Etihad soon. Needs a few goals. I agree with that. Overall, 2 legs, Man City 2, Real Madrid 1, and +2 from UEFA. We will win tomorrow. Don't rate Madrid that much. Prediction for Chelsea and Bayern. I'll go for Bayern to win 3-1. Andy need an Etihad sponsorship to pay his phone bill. I bloody will do. I'll maybe bill Sheikh Mansour while I'm out here. 7:30 p.m. start tomorrow. Just a reminder. Yeah, Martin will be live doing a live watch along at 7:30. I might be able to jump on just before I go to sleep for that one, but then I'll be Zing it for the match, I'm afraid. UEFA won't let us win anyway. Have a good rest, Andy. Appreciate you doing this when you're busy. It's no problem whatsoever. Madrid aren't that strong. No, maybe not, but I think it'll still be a difficult game. But anyway, guys, I need Napoli to beat Barca tonight. Wow. Listen, I've got to go. I've got more work to do, and it's now nearly 10:15 in the evening here. So anyway, guys, listen, have a great evening. Thank you for coming on. Sorry with the live streams earlier. Not a lot we can do about it. It's one of those. But we didn't just let it go. We came back. I'm not going to do another video because I've covered 3 or 4 things on there. What I was going to talk about, I think I've pretty much covered everything. I talked about Ed Woodward back in UEFA. Zidane, I mentioned earlier about he thinks in his press conference that Pep is the best coach in world football. And we know that anyway. There was the Fabian Ruiz. There was an article about Fabian Ruiz saying that there is the potential that this is back on again. This potential purchase in the summer. So we'll wait and see on that one. Like I said, I've done several live blogs on that, and the fact that Premier League clubs believe that City should be in the dock, and they've actually. Have raised court cases, charges, a lawsuit action against Manchester City, all to do with the fact that they believe because of we've broken FFP rules and charges, the fact that it's affected the Premier League as a whole. So yeah, a load of bullshit. I won't believe too much into that anyway. But anyway, double denim for Man City players in Madrid. I hope they don't wear it for the press conference because it looks garbage, if I'm honest. But anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Listen, guys, have a wonderful evening. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. We're nearly 11,900 subscribers, so we're only sort of just over 100 away from hitting that 12,000. 2,000? God, can you imagine? We're way ahead of 2,000. So 12,000 subscribers, which would be fantastic if we can hit that before the end of the season. Don't forget, Martin is back tomorrow. He's going to do a live watch along, so go over and check out Martin's live watch along. And also, don't forget, if you're down at Wembley on Sunday, there's a load of us going down. So come and meet up. I think we're going to be around the Box Park. We're going to be on Olympic Way. We'll be up and down. We've got an interview for a TV company. So we're going to hopefully interview some. Maybe 1 or maybe 2 ex-Man City players as well. So they've promised us that. So hopefully we'll be doing that Sunday before the game. We'll meet up with them outside Wembley, and that will be on one of the vlogs that we'll be doing. The many vlogs that we'll be doing from Wembley on Sunday. It's going to be a great occasion. Hopefully it'll be a comfortable win for City. We can celebrate afterwards with a few beers, few drinks, things like that, with all the City fans. And who knows, I may even get some Villa fans that were like the Liverpool fans last summer. Have a good laugh with them. But anyway, take care. It's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Have a good evening. See you soon.